Hey guys, if you missed it, we released Countersnipe just this week, past couple days. It kind of rolled out to all platforms. Now available on iOS, Android, and Steam, so go check it out, free game. And I just wanted to do a quick video, kind of briefly showing some gun training here, and which is just like PvE, and then going over kind of like a hero intro and some details about the heroes. I haven't actually, like, I've played all the heroes, but this is a reset account. I've started from scratch today. Oh, yesterday. So I haven't got everyone unlocked here, but I've played them all. I can give you a general idea about each. So anyway, quickly, I'll go into gun training, show what this is. It's just too basic, so I can win easy, because at the moment I have a really bad gun. I'm trying to level it up. I gotta upgrade my accuracy quite a bit. So this game, if you have played the old Countersnipe, you'll get it. It's really similar to that, but it's just a sniper game. And you come in, 4v4. Ooh. Everyone is shooting at me. I don't want to die. I'm going to die. And it's first team to 20. So I can do this pretty quick because easy bot training doesn't last that long, even though I've got a terrible gun. And yeah, as you can see, I'm way better than the bots. They're terrible. But yeah, if we do elite training, much harder. So for those of you who have never played the original, it was just a 1v1 quick match sniper game. Essentially the same concept, but it's a very old game. It was one of my favorites though, so finally there is a proper... I mean, it's not called Countersnipe 2, it's... I guess technically it's more of a remake, but it is much more in-depth than just a remake. So now we have, the gun system is fleshed out a lot. We have abilities now. Each of the agents has different abilities. As you can see on my right sidebar, the top two of my abilities I have selected, and the bottom ones are consumable items which you can use in the game. I meant to use my shield there, but I did not. So I was not expecting to get taken out so quickly just then. I did a live stream today for about 3 hours. And we didn't have too many people because, you know, no one knows my Twitch channel. I don't do anything there. But it was pretty cool. So I thought I may as well do a video for YouTube, kind of going over some things. And I might try and edit together some of the footage from that live stream into a quick video as well. So you can see me losing repeatedly to, to people better than me. But that depends on how time goes, because editing 3 hours of footage is not something that sounds too exciting to me. Okay, there's my shield. So now I can't die for 5 seconds. I did not make much use of it, but I got a kill, eh? Only 3 more kills to go. And I see 3 people on screen, so let's do this in one life. Not gonna happen. It happened, but I wasn't the one who got the kills. Alright, so there we go. I got MVP, because easy bots, they don't do anything. 20 to 15, awesome. Oh, and I can buy an upgrade too. Alright, so this is Annie. This is one of my favorite agents, but I have a few. So we go to the agents menu. You can see there's 2 sides. There's a blue side and a red side. We've got Axiom and Havoc. These factions are separate. You can only matchmake with people on the same faction as you. As you can see, my background is blue here. If I select the Havoc agent, it goes red. So very easy to see what faction you're on. You begin the game with both Lionel and Cody unlocked. So you can just swap back and forth between either side. It's more about your guns than the agents, but the abilities go hand in hand, so... Alright, so Lionel, he's more of a defensive sort of control hero. He's got Diamond Eye, which is like a flashbang. It just blinds the screen. It's pretty useful against humans. It's very disorienting. You can still shoot through the flashbang and kill people, but it's difficult unless you know what you're doing. He at level 4, actually, yeah, you can see the things here. At level 4, he unlocks his double tap skill, and at level 7, he unlocks his power shield, and then level 10, he unlocks advanced Diamond Eye. So at level 10, all agents will basically upgrade their first ability that they start with. So yeah, Diamond Eye gets advanced. Double tap, it just makes you attack faster, your recoil's reduced. That's actually quite helpful. Any of these abilities that last for a duration are really helpful there, because you can get like multiple kills with it. Whereas, oh, I mean, this one obviously. Actually, all of Lionel's last a while, so yeah. Power shield, crazy good. Like half damage is surprisingly huge, especially when you combine it with medkits. And 15 seconds, really long duration. It's one of my favorites. She's got invulnerability, which is not as good as Lionel's power shield, I think, but it lasts for 5 seconds. You cannot take any damage whatsoever. So if you're getting attacked from a lot of people at once, then fantastic. But most of the time, you're only going to be shot by like 1 or 2 people at a time. So you don't really get that maximum value out of this too often. And when you do, you probably get like eliminated before you even use it anyway. So tricky there. But no damage at all for 5 seconds. Very strong defense. Very good time to pop a med kit and heal up. She also gets double tap, but it's at level 7. She starts with snapshot though. This is unique to her. So you have to be kind of aiming close to someone, and you just tap this ability, instantly hits them. The cool thing about this is it ignores your reloads, and it ignores your kind of fire rate. So you can just immediately fire a second shot, like straight after firing your first one, even if you're meant to be reloading. It's like a second sidearm or something. Does she have something hidden here? I don't know. Anyway, it's really good, and since you can only use it when you're kind of looking at someone, this is helpful because you can actually see through a flashbang, because you can kind of hover your scope around, and when this ability lights up, you know that you're looking at someone, even though you can't actually see them. So that's another kind of cool utility there. Samuel is the most offensive character on the Axiom team. Angel of Death. You do 60% more damage for 12 seconds. You take more as well, but during this time, if you're not taking damage, use this. You can get a couple kills off real quick, especially when you combine it with reduced reload time and increased fire rate. And altogether, these last 12 and 15 seconds, so you can kind of pop this one first, and then do this one, and then they'll both last together the whole duration. He's level 7. This just makes it easier to see things, so I wouldn't really go that, but you can. It's an option if you're not really willing to take the risk of bonus like damage taken. But for that much, you can just kind of one-shot people repeatedly over and over. So very offensive, but not too defensive at all. Anastasia, she has invulnerability, a returning skill, yeah, it's a very defensive one. But she also has breath control, which is insanely good with K&B guns, one of my favorite, because K&B guns have really bad kind of recoil and stuff. So in the sway, until you've upgraded them, the sway is terrible. So this is actually really strong. You might not think much of sway and recoil, but it's very strong on the right guns. Exit wound. Enemies bleed. So you shoot them once, and then they bleed. They just bleed out. So you can just get one headshot. The headshot will affect the bleed as well, so the bleed will be stronger if you headshot. It's totally based off your damage. She's good to combine with, like, we go here, the stim shots. Because you can kind of just keep shooting, get a bunch of bleeds. You shoot like once or twice, get a couple bleeds, then just move on to the next target. And vulnerability, a really good skill, but like when you got these two, I don't know if I'd really take it. she can either be kind of defensive with a bit of like accuracy or support, or she can just be full offensive. She's got more choices than Samuel in terms of if you want a bit of defense, but like Mostly I would go offensive though. Cody is one who starts off with 2 damage abilities straight away, but unlike Samuel's, she doesn't have a downside to her damage bonus, so she can be a bit more aggressive with that, but the damage bonus itself isn't as high. But you can combine it with double tap as well. They don't last too long, but yeah, you can pop your double tap and then do People's Justice, then just take out a couple people real quickly if you know where everyone is. And we have Perception increased again, which is more of an endgame thing, because you don't really have issues seeing people until they start upgrading their stealth. Benson, extremely defensive, kind of similar to Lionel. Instead of damage reduction, he has invincibility. He also has Flash Powder, which is a flashbang similar to Lionel, and we have Ghost, which makes him stealthier. Don't get it until level 7, so you don't need to worry about countering it with the Vigilance here until he's level 7. But basically, for 12 seconds, you'll be really hard to see on the map, so if people haven't found you yet, they probably won't until this runs out. The downside there is once it does run out, you can be seen fading back in, so be careful with that. It can actually counter its own intent. H. First skill, unique to H. It just instantly reloads. So it's a passive, and literally, once your clip is emptied, it will just be filled back up instantly. So it's really good on guns with a low clip size. And some guns, some brands and such, just have low clip size until you upgrade them a lot. So H is kind of a good character to use this quick change here when you just unlocked a new gun that has low capacity until you get the capacity upgrades, then you can swap to another agent. Because it's quite useful, but once you upgrade capacity a lot, it's not something you really want to worry about, so you probably, if you do main H, you're going to swap to the other 2 skills. For that, just staying stealthy for a while, and the Adrenaline Rush, which is just a generic reload and rate increase. And yeah, finally we have Eve. We have Aim and Hold. It's just sway reduced, recoil reduction. Similar to Anastasia, this is really good, and similar to kind of H as well. It's really good when you just unlocked a new gun, because a lot of them just don't have very good sway or accuracy initially, so you can just use this to make them like great and so strong. But eventually you do upgrade your accuracy, and you don't, and you want to eventually be using a gun that you can handle. So this probably isn't something you're going to use all the time. You'd eventually swap to Ghost for some stealth, unless you don't care about stealth. And then you got double tap as well. And also, you can kind of rely on this a bit more since it does get upgraded at level 10, but I'd probably go for just the other 2. So yeah, this is all the agents of the game. My personal favorites? Well, I like Annie, Samuel, Benson, and Eve. To just pick 2 from each side. Anastasia is also really good, but the more that I use other agents, the more it's like I mainly use her for this temporarily, and then I swap to another one. And same with H. I mainly use H initially for this when I got a new gun, and then I swap to someone else. The first 2 agents, Cody's probably the best starter because you just get 2 damaging abilities really quick, while Lionel has kind of like a CC thing that's a bit finicky to work out how to properly use, and then a minor skill which only lasts 10 seconds. But once you get Lionel up to level 7, the power shield is very strong, so depends if you want to be defensive or offensive. I think as a starter, offensive is really good because you can just kill stuff. You don't have to worry about when's a good time to be defensive. Anyway, that is all the agents. And I guess I'll just quickly go into the elite gun training, which is actually real difficult, and I will lose because my Kikimora is not upgraded enough to beat this yet. Even when I have a really upgraded gun, I generally only win this 20 to 19. My abilities are now ready. It's my trick shot. Ah, didn't have time to shield. So annoying when they do that. Currently my team is losing by 1 point, but that's not too bad. And the enemy all has armor on, which is very bad. Okay, shield up. Shield down. And now I'm 2 points behind. Oh, if I'm 3 points behind next time I die, then that's kind of over. Yeah, when you get shot, you get some recoil just from taking damage, so makes it difficult to aim for headshots. Okay, 6 points behind. That went south fast. 5 points behind. We're catching, but not gonna win. Not gonna win. Didn't activate my shield in time to save me then. Yeah. 1 point until they win. Damn. Didn't get to do anything on my last life. Alright. As you can see, I kind of skipped over it, but everyone there had the Kikimora as well. The first few times you do gun training after you unlock a new gun, everyone will use the same gun as you. But then they'll start to use other ones with the same tier. There is 4 different brands of gun in the game, and they all have a bunch of different tiers. So you can kind of, and each one kind of specializes in different things. The K&B ones, they all have kind of, until they're upgraded, they all have kind of low magazine size, really bad handling. As you can see, I've upgraded this one. This one starts at 0. This one's pretty low because I haven't used it at all. This one, yeah, pretty low handling. And yeah, we got the Bannock here, which is quite a fun one. But they're all pretty bad until you upgrade their accuracy. These ones, the low ones, they kind of have huge recoil but really high damage. As you can see, this one 115 damage compared to this one only having 70. And yeah, Blackburn and the Griffin. The Griffin and Blackburn, two basic ones that you just unlock initially. You can swap between the tier ones in each of these without having to unlock anything else. But the Lao here, you have to pay 10k to unlock the brand at all, and that gives you the first gun. In K&B, you have to pay 20 grand to just get the first gun. So yeah, that's a basic kind of intro to this game. Check it out and see if you like it. I might try to stream another time, so if anyone's interested in catching the stream, then join the Ninjakiwi Discord, because that's probably where I'll mention it. And aside from that, enjoy the game, and let me know how you go. See you around.